Hello guys, it's Amanda and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. Today we are doing the annual mid-year freakout tag. So let's get right into it. I've been doing this tag for almost 6 years now. Every year, it's always different. Some years I've read almost no books. Some years I've read a lot of books. And this year, I think I have the highest number of books mid-year to date, which is very, very, very good for me, and I'm really happy about that. So let's get right into the mid-year freakout tag for 2026. So the total number of books that I have read so far this year, 2026, is 18 books. As of today, as I'm filming this. And that's a lot for me. Again, I'm always quality over quantity. I don't believe in TBRs, and I don't believe in like strict reading goals, but I always do put my reading goal every year to at least 30 books. Sometimes I'll go to exactly 30, sometimes I'll go over 30. I will always preach on quality over quantity for books because we should always be reading books for the love of books and not for just the sake of having to say, I read 100 books this year. Just as a side note, I still love doing these tags every year, and it's like how I started my channel, kind of. So let's start with the first question, and that is, what is the best book you have read so far? The best book I've read so far this year, I think there's only been 2 books that I have rated 5 out of 5 stars, and the first one was Book of Lives, a memoir of sorts by Margaret Atwood. I read this within a month. It took me a while to read because it's a heap of a book. It's a behemoth of a book, and I really enjoyed it, and I loved coming home to it every night and reading it every single night, and it was a nice little friend I had. And I just love Margaret Atwood's writing and getting to learn more about her and her life and how she became a writer and her writing styles and things like that. I really enjoyed that book, and I gave that a 5 out of 5 stars. So I think that has been my favorite book this year so far. Things could change. Question number 2 is, what's the best sequel you've read so far? I technically haven't read a sequel. I haven't read like a big series in quite a long time. For the sake of this question, for the sake of this video, I read the 2 Mary Oliver New and Selected Poems, Volume 1 and 2. So for this question, I'm just going to say Volume 2 of that. I haven't read an actual like sequel to a book in quite a long time. I think I didn't have this question last time or last year either. I did read Volume 2 of New and Selected Poems by Mary Oliver. I read both volumes and I really liked those. Number 3 is, what is a new release you want to read before the end of the year? I am dying and I'm so beyond excited to read Theodora's Teashop by Christy and Jones. She is a booktuber and author-tuber here on YouTube, and I have watched her for years. I have followed this journey of her Project Teacup and thus becoming Theodora's Teashop since she began it in 2020, and I am so excited and so happy for her that her debut novel is coming out. It'll be coming out in July, so I have already pre-ordered it. I'm so excited for that book, and being a writer and aspiring author myself, I can't wait to have a book that I have seen the behind the scenes of, and maybe many of you have watched Christy as well, and it gives me hope for the future for me, my writing journey and writing career, so I cannot wait for Theodora's Teashop. Number 4 definitely has the exact same answer. So number 4 is, what is your most anticipated book? Theodora's Teashop by Christy and Jones. Question 5 is, what was your biggest disappointment for this year? I honestly really didn't have any. I've thankfully had read pretty good books so far. The lowest rating I've given a book so far has been a 3 out of 5, and that's my rating system in my head. That's not really bad, it's good, it's okay. So I didn't really have much of a disappointment this year. It could happen. Question 6 is, what was your biggest surprise? The Lamb by Lucy Rose. I did not think I was going to give that book a 5 out of 5 stars, but I did, and I was so surprised by it. I did not think it was going to be that gruesome and beautiful in the same way. The descriptions and the writing in it was gorgeous, and I talked about it a lot in my Florida vlog, which you can go watch up above. Yeah, I read that within like 2 or 3 days, and I sat down with it. When I first started reading, I sat down and read 100 pages in one sitting, and that's very rare for me to do. It obviously depends on the book, but that's super rare, and it was just so fast-paced and so weird and beautifully up. And I loved it. Question number 7 is, who is your new favorite author? Not technically new favorite author, but I would say Margaret Atwood. I read one of her books last year. I was introduced to her last year. I read Negotiating with the Dead, and that was one of my top 3 favorite books of last year. So she's not technically a new author for me, but I am definitely getting more into her writing and to her memoirs. Number 8 is, who is your newest fictional crush? I'm going to have to say Havelock from Agnes Aubert's Mystical Cat Shelter by Heather Fawcett. I read this earlier in the year and I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I'm a sucker for the morally gray, pirate-like dudes with a little bit of guy liner. Now, I don't know if he had guy liner, but in my head, I saw guy liner, so definitely Havelock from Agnes Aubert's Mystical Cat Shelter. Question 9 is, who is your newest favorite character? And again, that is going to be Agnes from Agnes Aubert's Mystical Cat Shelter. I did really like that book. I loved reading about her and the cats and the descriptions of all the cats, and it was so adorable, and I really loved reading how she was as a person and how she has a deep affection for animals, especially cats. I really felt for that, and I felt very similar to her in that way of just loving any animal, no matter what life it's had, and giving it kindness and respecting it and trying to give it the best life it can have. Even just her character arc I really enjoyed as well. Again, I love Heather Fawcett's writing. I loved the Emily Wilde series. I really hope possibly there's more to this, to Agnes's journey. Possibly. I'm not sure if there's going to be more books in that series or if it's just a standalone. If it's a standalone, it was a great standalone. Number 10 is, what is a book that made you cry? I would say definitely Book of Lives by Margaret Atwood. Just the amount of different losses that she's had and the way she wrote about them, I felt very, very close to, and some of them were very close to some of the losses that I've had in my life. So the way that she wrote about them really punched me in the gut, and she ripped out my heart with it all. I did cry a lot during those parts of her memoir. Question 11 is, what is a book that made you happy? The book that made me happy so far, I think, is Once Upon a Tome by Oliver Darkshire. This was a book all about basically the love of books, and it is about a man who does an apprenticeship for a antique vintage bookseller called Sutherland's in England, and it's just a book about his life and the many stories and misadventures of being an antiquarian bookseller. Number 12 is, what is the most beautiful book you've bought? I think that would be On Sun Swallowing by Dakota Warren, also here on YouTube. I read her book of poetry and prose, and it was gorgeous. The cover and art throughout the book is gorgeous, and I think that is definitely one of my favorite books I bought this year and read this year. It was gorgeous. She's gorgeous. Her writing is gorgeous. I really do think I'm going to be having that displayed out front facing on my shelves for the years to come. And the final question for this book tag is, what are the books you want to read before the end of the year? So I always put 3 for this question. So what I have here is Theodora's Teashop by Christy and Jones, of course. And then I just put more of Patti Smith, more of her work. I have been slowly making my way through her memoirs and her books and her poetry and all that, and I've been so loving it lately. Oh, a book that kind of goes with the most anticipated book question is Our Strange Duet by Erin A. Craig. This is going to be coming out in September, I think, but this is a retelling of the Phantom of the Opera, and the cover of this is gorgeous. I cannot wait for this book. I love the Phantom of the Opera. I've sang songs from Phantom of the Opera. I love it. And I cannot wait to read a retelling, and just the fact that it's called Our Strange Duet. I love the title. I love the cover. I cannot wait for the book. So that is going to be the end of this book tag. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have done this book tag, do let me know that down below. if you read any of the books that I've talked about today, or if you want to just simply talk about books. Please comment down below, and I cannot wait to see what you guys say. That's going to be the end of today's video. If you enjoyed, please hit the like button, hit subscribe if you have not already, and click the notification bell so you'll be notified every single time that I upload. If you want to find me anywhere else for any more bookish content like this, you can find me on Instagram, GoodReads, Pinterest, and in between the pages of a book. And as always, remember to be the Captain Jack Sparrow of your story, and may your compass lead you to amazing things. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys, happy reading!